It started with the attic. I wasn't supposed to be up there. Dad had said it was off limits, especially after Grandma passed. But curiosity always gets the better of 13-year-olds, and the creaky pull-down ladder was too tempting. I found it in a moldy wooden chest, buried beneath moth-eaten scarves and yellowed letters. A porcelain doll with cracked cheeks, glassy blue eyes, and a faded pink dress. Her curls were matted, her lips faintly smiling. A small nameplate sewn to her chest read, Annabelle. I didn't bring it down. I should have left it there. But that night, it was sitting at the foot of my bed. No one believed me, of course. Dad said I must have brought it down in my sleep. Mom, well, she avoids anything that belonged to Grandma, especially the weird stuff. So, I buried it, deep behind the shed, under a patch of weeds and blackened roses. I dug the hole myself, with Dad's rusty shovel, sweating under the summer sun. I didn't say a word, just covered her up and walked away. But the next morning, Annabelle was on the back porch, dirt in her hair, cracks on her porcelain face, filled with fresh mud. The second time, I buried her in the woods, farther out, where the trees grow twisted, and even the birds don't sing. I tied her up in cloth, put her in a shoebox, and buried it beneath a pile of rocks. She showed up the next night sitting in my closet, legs crossed like she'd been waiting. This time, her smile was wider. I tried fire. I snuck out behind the house, doused her in lighter fluid, and lit a match. The flames caught fast. Her eyes seemed to glisten as the plastic melted. I watched until she was nothing but ash and a charred arm. When I went to bed that night, the pillow beside mine was slightly indented. On it lay her scorched dress folded neatly. I didn't sleep. By the fourth time, she was closer. She'd always appear somewhere in my room, usually in corners or on shelves. But now, she was at the foot of my bed, sitting upright, staring at me. I threw her in the river that time, weighted her down with bricks, watched her vanish into the murky depths. But the next morning, my bed sheets were damp, and on the floor was a single porcelain finger pointing at me. I stopped telling my parents. They already thought I was spiraling, acting out since Grandma died. But this wasn't grief. This was real. I started locking my door at night, sleeping with the lights on. But nothing stopped her. Nothing changed the way she kept getting closer, inch by inch, night after night. 3 nights ago, I woke to find her on my pillow, face inches from mine. Her smile now a full, wicked grin. Her eyes, they moved, followed me. I screamed. Dad burst in, wild-eyed and angry. But when I pointed, she was gone. The pillow was empty. The room smelled like roses and mildew. That was when I realized she only shows herself to me. So I did what I should have done weeks ago. I returned to the attic. The chest was still there, but empty. I placed her inside it anyway. Laid her gently, spoke softly. You can stay with Grandma now. She loved you, right? Not me. I locked the chest, wrapped it in chains, and left it there. I felt relief for the first time in days, until last night. I woke up gasping. There was weight on my chest. She was sitting on me. Annabelle. Hair brushed, dress clean, not a speck of dirt on her. Her eyes glowed faintly in the dark. Her tiny head tilted, and then she blinked. You buried me, she whispered in a voice like broken music. You tried to forget me. Her tiny hands moved toward my neck. I couldn't scream. I don't know how I escaped. I blacked out. Dad says he found me in the hallway, clawing at my throat, muttering nonsense. They've sent me to my aunt's house in the city now. My room here has no attic, no shed, no woods, no river. And yet, this morning, I woke to find something on the windowsill. A small, muddy shoe. Porcelain. Familiar. She's still coming, and I don't know how much closer she can get before I never wake up again. The end, or maybe just the beginning.